My name is Ifeanyi Obi, and I'm from Nigeria. I have four siblings, and my dad currently. I lost my mom last year. So, just me, my three siblings, and my dad. Before coming to BYU, I was a professional lawyer practicing in Nigeria. I've practiced professionally for 7 years. 2 years of that I did litigation, mostly criminal defense and civil litigation. And for the past 5 years, I've been doing corporate law as general counsel to a manufacturing and recycling company in Nigeria. I mostly do compliance issues. I intermediate between management and the board of directors. I organize board meetings. I supervise their M&A, mergers and acquisition. I do a lot of contract negotiation and contract drafting. And I work closely with the CEO and the CFO to ensure that we have up-to-date financial statements related to the external auditors, basically corporate stuff. I initially just wanted to upskill. I wanted to do something different. I wanted to see and learn how the law operates in other climes. So, of course, coming to America was the choicest option for me because of the more advanced legal landscape, both in terms of legislation and enforcement. And also, I was looking for the school that has a very strong program in comparative law. I did my research and saw that BYU was actually one of the best in the US. So I sent an email and I got a response. I actually applied to other schools, but at the end of the day, BYU was the right place for me and I decided to go with it. So fundamentally, I wanted to gain more experience, upskill, engage more with what happens around the globe, see how the legal institutions, laws, enforcement work in the US, and then deepen my understanding of corporate law, corporate finance, and compliance generally. I have found the approach to learning here very fascinating, especially in terms of how they combine the idea of your professional specialization, how they relate that with your core beliefs and religion, how God is the center of the whole learning experience. And then it's not just about what you know, it's about deepening your faith. It's about enhancing your belief in how you can leverage all your competence to help people, which is fundamentally what our Heavenly Father expects of us. So that relationship between your faith and learning is what has been really fascinating. Especially the fact that they start every class here mostly, sometimes with prayer, sometimes with reflection. It could be anything, but it's just to give a perspective of your faith and unite it with your learning experience. So you don't have to wait till Sunday when you go to sacrament meeting to experience or express your faith. You can do it alongside your learning. So BYU marries learning and faith, which is very, very interesting. I think the BYU LLM program is special because it, first of all, enhances your professional experience. The way it is designed is in such a way that you can literally pick your concentration. So right now, because I know that I'm mostly interested in corporate law and corporate finance, I can look at the courses and the curriculum and then decide to pick the particular courses that align with my professional goals and ambition. So I think that flexibility makes it more interesting. Because apart from the fact that you could pick, courses related to your professional competence or aspirations, you have the liberty to say, let me take a course in international law and see what happens there. It might be okay, it might not, but then you have the liberty to borrow from other areas and see how it goes. For example, this semester I decided to do something in mediation and client counseling. Looking at it in the curriculum, initially made it seem like, a waste of time. But then participating in these courses have derived a lot of value. Even though ordinarily if I was maybe doing a specialized master's in maybe say tax, I probably wouldn't have the liberty to pick courses in mediation. So I'm happy that I'm able to exercise the freedom to select the areas of concentration that both align with my professional aspiration, as well as gives me an opportunity to delve into other areas and learn and see what happens in those areas. I believe that no knowledge is wasted. Definitely you would need it and you would incorporate it into whatever area of practice you choose or you have been doing for the program. So I think that's interesting. It's flexible and it's very rich in terms of content and quality, because the professors are amazing people. So you literally see through them that these people are not just trying to pass time. They are really interested in you deepening your knowledge. They're interested in seeing you grow and helping you grow, whether it's in terms of legal research or writing, or in terms of just writing exams. The desire, the motivation is beyond the abstract or ephemeral motivation, getting paid and going home. There's something more for every professor in BYU. There's something more that motivates them to do the good they do, instilling the best quality of learning experience in the students. My most memorable experience in this program would be the devotional, because it gives me an opportunity to listen to members of, mostly not all the time, but most times we get the opportunity to hear from the members of the 70, which is very inspiring, because back in Nigeria, you see these people on TV. We mostly just see them on TV. But BYU gives me that opportunity to be closer to them in the devotionals for days that they are invited. So that close proximity gives me the sense of just more than being a member. I feel like I'm close to, the central spiritual hub of the church, because as a member of the church, I strive to be closer to the church. Part of why I chose BYU is to see how the church operates here, probably Utah being like the headquarters of the church. So I think that experience of being very close to the leadership of the church through our devotionals and some other amazing individuals that are invited to speak to us during devotional, it's something I'll take home and something that will be with me for the rest of my life. Because I think it's only BYU that you get that kind of experience. I think, firstly, I would be a better Christian. I would be a better member of the church. Beyond that, I would be a better lawyer, because I would be much more interested in helping people than in making money, which was my entire preoccupation before I came for the program. There wasn't a single life agenda for me to maybe intentionally go out and help people with my profession or with my knowledge. But coming to BYU, like I said, that's what I've seen most of the professors reflect. I'm much more motivated to not just use this professional experience to make money, but to help as much people as I can, to make an impact that is beyond money, and to be remembered for something that outlives you. So I think the program has created that burden in me to, as much as possible, like never before, leverage on my professional competence to help as many people as I can. As it says, BYU builds people who go back to become lights, affecting their communities, which is what I think I want to do when I get back after the program.